The advice that I'm going to give you in this video might just save your life. Okay, that's a bit dramatic, but it's going to save your sanity, and that might be just as important. Now I know what you're thinking. What happened? Who hurt you? Well, here's a little clip from a documentary I was a part of because I can't bring myself to talk about this. All right, I just put this on. Okay, I'm a little nervous. I never done an interview before. Okay, I'm ready. My name is Ninib, and I'm a victim of spam calls. It all started as soon as I got my credit pulled. And they just started coming in, one after the other, another one, another one. How many calls would you say you were getting? It was a lot. Maybe like 50 calls a day. 50. Okay, I can't. All right, after having to relive that again, I think I should get one. You know what I mean. My name is Ninib. I've been in the mortgage industry for about 10 years. So I know a thing or two about a thing or two, okay? And today what I want to address is spam calls. Because if you've ever had your mortgage pulled in the past, you know that you're just going to be bombarded by these calls. And I'm not talking about 1, 2 calls trickling in. No, I'm talking about 50 calls. I was getting 50 calls a day. Okay, they were coming in like every 5 to 10 minutes. I kid you not, from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. and some would trickle, until 8 p.m. And it's frustrating because I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I created a whole Do Not Disturb profile. I had the most important people, able to send me notifications, but still I was missing some notifications. I was missing some phone calls. I couldn't watch a video without, a call coming through. And if you got your headphones in, Siri's always telling you, hey, call is coming in. It's frustrating, okay? I was getting pissed, okay? Sometimes I would answer the call and just be like, get me off the list, please. I throw in the please. You got to be kind of respectful when you're pissed. So yeah, it's a major issue, okay? And before I give you guys these 3 tips that I think will heavily reduce these phone calls, I don't know if you're going to be able to completely avoid spam calls, but seriously, you'll go from 50 to maybe under 10. But before I get into that, I just kind of want to explain why these phone calls happen. So when you apply for a mortgage, you get your credit pulled. And what happens is the 3 bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, they're the ones that determine your credit score based on a bunch of things, your payment history, your balances. We're not going to get into all of that. But these companies are scumbags, okay? They should be protecting you. They should be protecting your credit. But what do? They sell off your information to the highest bidder and the lowest. I'm talking about anybody. You could go and buy these mortgage, they're called trigger leads, okay? So what happens is the minute your mortgage is pulled, and I mean it's instant, the second it happens, your information is already going to the companies that are buying trigger leads and you enter their dialer. Okay, they get your name, they get your phone number, they get your address. They may get some information about the loan, but that's enough to harass you. They can look up your property, see the value, see what's going on, get little idea of what your mortgage is from that, and you are just going to be bombarded by people. So the advice that I'm going to give you, it's going to make it so these trigger leads don't affect you, okay? And this could happen for any loan that you apply to. These tips will help reduce any of those spam calls. And honestly, the information that I'm going to give you might help you reduce spam calls from other industries as well. I don't know, but for sure, the mortgage industry, you guys are going to be safe, okay? Don't go through what I went through, okay? All right, the first tip is for my lazy people. You don't want to do nothing else. You don't want to go click on no website, nothing. You don't want to enter no information. You just want it easy. I got something for you, okay? This first tip is going to reduce phone calls, but it's not as effective as the 2 other ones I'm going to be mentioning. But if you're going to do something, at least do this, okay? When you're talking to your loan officer, and yes, speak to your loan officer. If you're getting your credit pulled online, if you're typing in and they're going to pull your credit right there and then, you need to follow tips 2 and 3. Okay, but if you're talking to someone on the phone and he's like, okay, I got your information, I'm going to pull your credit, tell them, hey, please remove my phone number when you pull my credit. So what happens is when your credit is pulled, now your trigger lead is going to be sent with your name, your address, no phone number. And that's going to heavily reduce spam calls coming your way because you're no longer automatically entered into the dialer. The loan officer or that company, they got to do some extra research, okay? And don't get me wrong, they can find your information. It's all over the web. You can't hide, right? But it's another step they have to take. And if 100 people get your, and trust me, it's more than 100, but if 100 people get your trigger lead, maybe 15 of them, 20 of them might go through the lengths to get your phone number and bother you. So it will heavily reduce the numbers coming in, but it's not gonna, I mean, there are savvy loan officers. They're gonna be able to get your information. They have the software. They pay for it monthly to type in someone's name and get, who your uncle is, background check, all of that stuff. Some companies do that. They go that far. But it's going to help. So at the very least, if you're going to do something, tell your loan officer this. And if he's a savvy loan officer, he's probably already doing it, but just tell them. Okay, tip 2. This is probably my favorite tip because I feel like it could mitigate the spam calls the best. Okay, and we're going to do this on the phone just because I think it's easier and most people have their phone. So I'm going to record this on my phone and hopefully sync it with this video. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to Google Voice, okay? This is completely free and all you need is a Gmail account, okay? And if you don't have a Gmail account, grow up. Get a Gmail account, okay? Just get it. Google has a lot of free apps. Do it, okay? Have it as a backup. I don't care. Just get a freaking Gmail account. So you're going to come here to Google Voice, okay? And then you're going to go to settings right here. And you see it says here you don't have a Google Voice number. You're going to click Get Number, okay? And let's just pick one of these. Glendale AZ. Let's see if they got numbers. There you go. You're going to get a list of numbers. Just select one, okay? Doesn't matter which one you select. For now, we'll just grab this 480, whatever. We're claiming it. It's ours. So now it's going to ask you to verify that you have an existing phone number, okay? I'm going to skip this just so we could just get through this video. And then what you're going to do here, you see it's got link numbers. This is where you're going to put in your phone number so the Google Voice number can be routed to your number. And what you're going to do here is you're going to use that Google Voice number and you're going to put that on your applications. As a matter of fact, use it for whatever application you do online that you don't want to get spam calls for. Anytime you're a lead, you become a lead from something you fill out online, you're going to get spam calls. So you have this Google Voice number now. I would use that, initially before you speak to somebody. If they're going to pull your credit, some mortgage companies, you're typing your stuff online, you get the credit pull and then somebody calls you, right? You're going to put in the Google Voice number, and then eventually when you get that email or this number routed to you, once you talk to the company and that loan officer, let them know, hey, let me give you my personal number, okay? And that's when you give them your actual number. But what this does is, it's routed to your number, but you could unlink your number. So these spam calls, they'll be calling your Google Voice number. No one's home, honey. I'm not there. Out of mind, out of sight. They'll be spamming. You'll get a list of calls on that, and you'll never have to hear about it. And you gave your company your real cell phone number. You're chilling. I would do this for any time I'm applying for anything online. Put your Google Voice number in, unless you know it's a website that's not going to spam you. But nowadays, your data is being sold like crazy. So might as well have one of these Google Voices to avoid the headache. All right, tip 3. It's going to be 2 websites that we're going to register for, completely free again. These are government websites. First one is donotcall.gov. And as you can see here, the FTC is running this website. So what you're going to do is you're going to click register your phone and then register here. Okay, and you're going to put in your information and submit it. Super easy, super simple. Get yourself on the Do Not Call registry. It says it on the website. After you register, other types of organizations might still call you, such as charities, political groups, debt collector surveys. But it's going to reduce a bunch of spam calls from all industries, not just the mortgage industry. But get yourself on the Do Not Call list unless you like these spam calls. Personally, I don't, so I'm off of that, okay? And now the next website is called optoutprescreen.com, okay? And as you could see, this website, there they are, the 3 credit unions. I don't know what Innovis is, but Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So this website helps you opt out from offers and basically spam. And it even gives you a little breakdown. What are the benefits of receiving firm offers? Basically, you're getting to shop around, but you could do the shopping yourself. You don't need people to constantly call you. But if you like that, if you want to have the offers come in, don't do this. You know what I mean? Just stick with the Google phone number, right? But if you want to get away from the mailers and the spam, you sign up for this website, and I think it's like a 5 year period. Let's see. Click here to opt in. So here you could opt in or opt out. Okay. So I did the electronic opt out for 5 years. Your name will not be eligible for inclusions on lists used for firm offers of credit or insurance for 5 years. Okay, so every 5 years I might do that. You put in your information here, you click confirm, bada bing, bada boom. Now with those two websites, I think it takes like 72 hours or something for it to be activated. So, make sure you're waiting before you get your credit pulled. If you're gonna pull it tomorrow, just go with the Google Voice and maybe tell your loan officer not to include your phone number. If you go through with those websites, just give it a week or something, and then start getting your credit pulled. Anyway, I hope you guys take my advice and avoid those spam calls and don't go through what I went through, because it's miserable, man. It should be illegal how many times I got called, but that's why I'm sharing this information. Usually I'm making tech videos, but I was like, I gotta tell the people. This is for the people, okay? So if you're still here, love you. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.